Hey Brick, welcome to episode 14, and everyone else. Today's episode is going to be called Random Episode, where we're going to talk about all kinds of random, various things, observations, whatnot. For example, I just got an email from classmates.com, who, by the way, is not a sponsor of the ChrisandBrick show. And that's okay, because quite frankly, I don't want to remember that part of my life very well. But the email said that someone viewed my profile. And let me just tell you the wave of enthusiasm that just poured over me as soon as I was aware that a human being that I probably don't even know went and looked at a profile that has no information in it. It has no photographs in it. Feel free to go check out classmates.com and see if you can find me. You too, buddy. I mean, check it out. So, I've been getting a lot of interesting solicitations lately. That's kind of the theme there is classmates.com has been telling me that people are checking me out. What's another one? What's that reputation website? MyLife or something like that. They do a reputation report. There's a whole report on my reputation and your reputation. And if we know each other and my reputation is worse than your reputation, it could make your reputation worse too, which is really cool and self-fulfilling and validating. I can't tell you the enthusiasm that I have about that, and that I think everybody should really compare themselves against everybody else's completely different lifestyles and life choices, and then put a number to it on a scale of 1 to 5. Keep it to 5, because if you go over 5, then you have to use 2 hands. So anyway, I would just say keep it to 5. I know, by the way, not that I'm a braggart, but last year my reputation report was somewhere around almost 4.8 or 4.7, and probably now it's at like a 2.1. But I blame, everything for it except for myself. I make, a lot of decisions based off of my reputational score. So it seems that as my score has gotten lower, that's an indicator that my decisions have become poorer. Or maybe not, I don't know. Another one that's a big fan favorite of mine is these places that are calling me, asking me if I want to go on a vacation. Like, because when I worked at my last company, I traveled quite a bit, and I became, I guess, a premium member of some hotels and whatnot. And so, they love doing the two things are they do the deeply discounted, where we will give you an all-inclusive trip to, hold on a second. Hey buddy, you're good. Hey, shh, you're a good protector. We're in the middle of a show. Come on. We're in the show. Hey, we're in the show. Come here. Good boy. Come here. Good boy. Sorry about that, everyone. Douglas is busy protecting the house. So they will offer you a trip. They will offer you a trip to a tremendous destination. Maybe it's like Trenton, New Jersey, or Las Vegas. But you'll get to stay there for 3 or 4 nights, and it's for the low price of only, like $1,000 or $700. Which I find amazing. And then that, of course, does not include how you will arrive there. So you'll have to spend the money on either driving or flying to your destination. And they really don't seem to care if you're employment / revenue situation has changed. They seem very enthusiastic about you giving them the money regardless. So, Brick, I don't know what your experience has been with all of these types of unusual solicitations, but I can tell you that, as a consumer, they're pretty annoying. And by the way, everyone, I'm having some coffee with some cinnamon in it and a little bit of coconut milk. It actually tastes pretty good. I highly encourage everyone to do so. If you don't like coffee, then, drink something else. But let's see. I was trying to think of some other, really random just things that have kind of popped up. I think maybe one of the other things that I've found to be really sort of unusual is the selections that that Netflix has been offering me lately. I don't know if maybe somebody hacked into my account and might be a romantic serial killer, perhaps, or a comedically romantic serial killer, because I have seen a large number of romantic comedies and then serial killer programming showing up as my suggested shows to watch. Now, I don't know about you all, but I generally don't take a whole lot of their recommendations, although probably one or two. And maybe that's what it is maybe I watched something that had a component of a romantic comedy, and then I do watch a lot of murder mysteries and things like that. So I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could be my mysterious hacker. So in any case, Brick, I think we ought to probably build a profile for you, and that way we can get you some good TV programming. And perhaps we'll do a show on what maybe your top 10 or 15. And I'll probably keep it to 10 because then we only have to use two hands and I don't have to take off my socks to count. But we can do that to share with everyone what some of your favorite programming is, television programming. I would advise highly to stay away from essentially all news broadcasts of any sort. They're pretty much all horrible. I have a friend who wrote a song recently called Last Year's Gone, which was great. It's actually a really good song. And he came up with what I called the sequel. He was just joking, and I don't think he'll do anything with it. But he came up with the sequel, which is oh crap! Now my brain's forgetting what the words were. So Last Year's Gone. Something about, and this one's gone wrong already, or last year's gone and this one's gone wrong, or this one's already gone wrong, something like that. Anyway, it's no longer funny, so let's move on. So let's see. I'm still getting plenty of credit card solicitations, so it turns out that if the government is in fact collapsing, the credit industry is not collapsing. So you should take some measure of pleasure in that. I didn't think about this. We should get you a credit card. You could do some shopping. Where would you want to go shopping? The train station is closed because of COVID, so I don't. And even if it wasn't, would you really want to have souvenirs from like the place you lived next to your whole life? I live next to a train station, everyone. I actually live next to the train tracks, but like about 100 yards across the street is a train station, and it looks like kind of like an old-timey train station in a way, and it's really nice. It's where I found Brick. I know I've mentioned that before, but we have to think about maybe getting you a credit card, and we'll figure out what kind of shops you'd like to go. We'll get you maybe a nice Supreme logo across the front of you, and then you'll be worth like $1 million. I'll tell you what, everyone. So this is I'm going to call this part one of random for today. I will call today is Tuesday, so we'll call it essentially Random Tuesday. So the next episode, which will occur later this evening, will be Random Tuesday Part 2. And of course, press the little like button. I've had a few people say, well, I don't have a YouTube account, so I can't like your stuff. Well, as it turns out, YouTube is really generous about handing out user IDs and allowing you to create a user. Also, little known fact, YouTube and Google are the same company. So if you have a Gmail ID, you can create a YouTube account, and it takes no time at all to do that, log in, and then subscribe. Press the little subscribe button right next to Chris and Brick's name, and then from there, press the little like button, and then also you do the notifications so that I can obnoxiously let you know every day, at least twice a day, that I'm going to be coming on to talk to you. I say I, me and Brick and I. Is it Brick and I or me and Brick? Anyway, Brick and Chris are going to be here for your enduring entertainment. So thank you again, and we will do part 2 of Random Tuesday a little later today. Thanks, everybody, and we will talk to you soon.